Boom, 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 boom. Let's just move the laptop a little bit closer. That one there, and then get it in the whatever, man. Alright, turns out I can't do that one from my laptop. I don't know what that's all about. I don't know what all that malarkey's all about. Do you know what I mean, man? Do you know what I mean? Right, I'm actually going to test the audio before I do anything too drastic. I am going to test the audio because sometimes the audio likes to go a bit crazy on me without me realizing, and then I get like 20 minutes into the stream and I realize, oh wow, my audio is going a bit mad, which is never ideal. So let me just quickly check all of that. Almost just dropped my laptop. That should all be working now, I think. I want to say. We all good? We all good? Yeah, we're all good. Let's just share this to 2 more places. Boom. There we go. There's that one. And then it's on here as well. Share copy link. And then it is bang, 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 right in there. There we go, there we go. Everything should now be good. I just need to set up my tripod. Well, I say my tripod, it's my tripod that I snapped because I tripped over it. And if you're if you're wondering like how I tripped over my tripod, just don't ask. Just don't bother asking. I haven't actually checked if my what's it called working. Is that working? Yeah. We all good. We all good. Everything is good. Let me get it all lined up. Yeah, there we are. Audio's good, lighting's good. Visuals should be good. Yeah. I think I'm happy with all of that. I think I am happy with all of that. There we are. There we are. And the game's up as well. That's perfect. That is perfection. That is perfection. We've got it. We're cooking, lads. We're cooking. We're cooking today. And hopefully City are cooking today too. Obviously, we've got the lineup on screen. Donnarumma starts in goal. We've got Núñez at right back, which I'm a bit surprised about. I haven't been impressed with his last 2 performances. Oh, wait. Let me just do this, actually. Sorry. Yeah, so we got Donnarumma in goal. We got Núñez at right back, who I wasn't really expecting to see play today, if I'm honest, because I have not been impressed by his last 2 performances. So I was expecting to see Kusanov in at right back, and if you've watched my prediction video, like my TikTok I made, my YouTube short that I made, you would see that I had Kusanov starting at right back, but that is clearly not the case. Then we've got Diaz and Vardiol at centre back. You know, I think Vardiol was quite shaky against Leeds. I think obviously he had a hand in both of the goals that we conceded. We've got O'Reilly At left back, again, no real complaints there. I haven't been impressed with Aït-Nouri defensively in the little that we've seen of him this season. In midfield, we've got Baby Rodri, Bernardo Silva, and Tijani Reinders. I'm still wanting to see a big performance from Reinders to silence his critics and show us that Premier League debut against Wolves wasn't just a blip, and that he can perform like that at a sort of a constant level, you know what I'm trying to say? Then Bernardo Silva's Bernardo Silva. I think he's actually been quite decent this season, apart from a few games. I think Bernardo Silva's actually been quite good this season, and that's comes it's weird coming from me because I was very critical of him last season and I said that he was finito and done, but I slightly retract that statement. Then up top we've got Erling Haaland, our number 9, Doku on the left, and our match winner from the weekend, Phil Foden, on the right. And then if you want me to go through the bench, I can go through the bench for you if you really want. 2 seconds, I actually need to get the bench up because I can't remember exactly who's on the bench. So on the bench, we've got Trafford, Kusanov, Stones, Rico, Aït-Nouri, Ake, Cherki, Marmoush, and Savinho. So again, if you watch my prediction video, I said Rodri would get minutes today. And that is kind of impossible because Rodri's not in the matchday squad, which is something, Obviously, we haven't seen him play in a little while because he's been out injured, which we haven't missed him too much because of obviously Nico Gonzalez has been in great form, but it would really be good to see Rodri getting into the starting 11 soon. Well, not the starting 11, but the matchday squad soon, getting some minutes so that we can use him in the starting 11 coming in to 2026, which is crazy to say that 2026 is just a month away. Like, I remember when this year started, and it hasn't been the best year for Manchester City, footballing wise. We had our nightmare before Christmas last year, and then it kind of continued into this year, and we've had very, very few positives from this year. But hopefully 2026 is different and we can end 2025 in style. But you can only hope for that one. You can only hope. But obviously make sure to like the live, share the live. It really does help, and obviously slap your score predictions in chat. Mine was 2-1. I think City are going to win 2-1. I don't think it's going to be a comfortable win. I think we're going to make it very, very difficult for ourselves, but I do think we are going to come away victorious in this game regardless. I've got my trusty Diet Coke and my bottle of water with me, like I do every stream. Obviously, the Diet Coke is to refresh myself, and the bottle of water is to nervously sip when we are playing badly, Pep Guardiola style, because that is one thing that I do quite a bit, is I will sit there and just nervously sip water. And when City are playing a big game as well, I lose my appetite completely for the whole 90 minutes. So anyone that's been and watch football with me and sat and watch football with me and we've had food, I won't sit there, I won't eat my food until the match is done. Because even if City lose, I get my appetite back. But it's just throughout that 90 minutes, the stress and anxiety is too high. I can't eat. There's more important things to focus on than eating in that moment of time. But obviously, we're looking at Fulham's recent home results. Obviously, drew 1-1 to United. They beat Leeds, beat Brentford, lost to Arsenal, beat Wolves, and beat Sunderland. Obviously, there's only one really impressive result in there, and that is beating Sunderland. Obviously, Man City have beaten all the rest of the teams on that list. Obviously, apart from Arsenal, but we got a better result in that game. But, it's going to be a difficult game, So we do tend to not have the easiest time against Fulham. I know there's been a few games where we've blown them out of the water, but there have also been times where we have struggled against, teams like Fulham, teams like Brentford, and teams like Palace. So, we struggle to play football in London. I think Selhurst Park's not a place we really enjoy going to. The Tottenham Hotspur Stadium is definitely not a place we like going to, and the G-Tech Stadium as well. And Craven Cottage can sometimes be difficult. Obviously, City have won our last 18 games against Fulham, right? Which is obviously on paper a very, very good stat, but I have watched games against Fulham where we have made life difficult for ourselves. And I can imagine we're going to do that today. So, just because we've got a good record against them doesn't mean that we particularly make things easy for ourselves. But yeah, no, we should win. I don't think Fulham have been particularly great this season. But then again, I said in my preview for the game against Leeds that we'd 100% win and we should have a comfortable win, and we saw exactly what happened there. Well, actually, luckily, I fell asleep, so I didn't see the capitulation. I just saw the 2 goals and then woke back up for the Phil Foden goal. I didn't have to see the catastrophic second hand performance that we put in. Thank God, like, it was a blessing. But from all I hear, it was pretty bad, and from the highlights of the goals that we conceded, it was shambolic defending. And once again, City were like sort of the makers of our own downfall. We create chances for the opposition. People do not create teams do not create chances against Manchester City. Manchester City create chances for the opposition. That's what happens every single time, man. Like, when I watch us play sometimes, and I just think to myself, do teams play football against us, or do we just play football for them? Especially in the last 2 seasons, like, we are, the creators of our own downfall a lot of the time. And, hopefully it's not like that today. But obviously, last time I did a City watch-along, things weren't great. Things were not great at all. Obviously, that was 2-0 to Leverkusen. Again, I wasn't expecting much of that team sheet. Obviously, the team sheet we've put out today, you'd expect a lot better. The only sort of real issue, again, like I said before, I have with the team sheet is Kusanov not playing right back over Nunez, who I don't think's been great in the last 2 games, and maybe playing Foden on the wing instead of in the middle where Vinders is, and having Shirky on the right. I think it is another thing I'd change. But other than that, the only glaring issue to me is Nunez at right back. But another thing I kind of want to touch on is the fact that our weakness at the moment is corners, because Donnarumma doesn't know how to deal with the physicality from corners. You notice Donnarumma's always calling for a foul from a corner. He's getting booked for complaining at the ref because he wants a foul from a corner. And it's just not good enough. So at the moment, I've got a feeling teams are going to target Donnarumma from corners and put their biggest player on him to try and out-muscle him and sort of just unnerve him a little bit, which is something I can see happening. Obviously, then if I go and look at the Fulham lineup that they've got out today, obviously, they got Leno in goal, Kenny Tete at right back with Anderson, Bassi and Sessegnon across the rest of the back line. They got Sasa Lukic and Sander Berge in the holding midfield, and then Harry Wilson, Emil Smith-Rowe, Alex Iwobi and Raul Jimenez up top, which is, on paper, that's a very, very good team. There's some very, very good Premier League standard players in there. Obviously, Raul Jimenez on his day is a very good forward. Smith-Rowe, Wilson and Iwobi can cause you problems. Sander Berge in the midfield is a very, very good holding midfielder. Bassi and Anderson, I've watched both of those players put in absolute blinders of performances. Leno can turn into Superman whenever he wants, like most goalkeepers in the Premier League. Like, basically every goalkeeper in this league is capable of pulling out an absolute blinder. I think every keeper in the league. I don't think there's a keeper I'm thinking of that I just think's absolutely horrid. Nah, not this season anyway. And then obviously they got Tete, Sessegnon on the fullbacks, which I don't have too much to make about that. I think Doku should have an easy time against Tete, and I don't think Sessegnon will really be challenged that much. I can't really see us sort of stretching him, stretching out wide on our right hand side. I think obviously Foden and Bernardo are going to tuck in. So if anything, it's going to be Nunez attacking him, and Nunez is just going to be trying to whip in the cross or look for the underlap instead of taking his man on. I think we're about 15 minutes away from kickoff now. And yeah, I'm going to see what other pre-match stuff that I can see that other people are putting out there, man, because this is a game I don't really know what to make of. It's like we find ourselves in a situation that we found ourselves in last season, and that we can tend to find ourselves in a lot of the time around this period in the season, is where we just look creatively bankrupt. We look out of ideas, and we just look despite the fact that we look out of ideas, we look complacent, and we look sort of arrogant in the fact that, we're Manchester City, we're going to score. Something that I've made the point of many, many, many times on live stream. And And yeah, it's a problem that we had against Leverkusen. It's a problem that we were very, very wasteful against Newcastle. Very, very, very wasteful against Newcastle. Obviously, Leverkusen, we just didn't create chances. We decided we did not want to create any chances. Leeds, again, we had a very, very good first half. We were absolutely all over Leeds in the first half. Again, the second half, I can't comment on. I didn't see the second half. But the first half, we were all over them. And then we had to win due to a not scrappy, but you know what I mean, like a moment of brilliance in the 90th minute, despite being 2-0 up at home to a team that's more than likely going to go down, which isn't good enough. So now we're having to do a tough away day midweek off the back of an unconvincing home win where we threw away a 2-goal lead. Like, I just don't... that sort of doesn't fill me with confidence. That whole sequence of events doesn't fill me with confidence. But I don't know if that's just me being too negative. I don't know if some of you out there think that this is going to be a walk in the park for City. But I can't imagine there's many City fans out there that think any game for City right now is a walk in the park. I can't remember the last... I think it would probably be in 2023 when I went into a game and I thought, yes, it's going to be a walk in the park for City. I think after the treble winning season, even in the 23-24 season where we won the league, I thought we only won that league on individual brilliance from Haaland, De Bruyne, Rodri and Foden. But I think since then, like, you know, teams have had the better of us, and teams that don't usually get the better of us have had the better of us. And I just think because the competition's ramping up in the Premier League, and you know, a lot of the teams in this league now are competitive, which is shown from last season with the fact that Newcastle and Palace won domestic trophies, and even Spurs went and won a European trophy. It shows that, you know, every team basically, bar like 3, I'd say in this league, can compete. You know, this isn't even like last season or the season before where the newly promoted teams are like guaranteed to go down. I think I've seen good stuff from Burnley at times. You know, obviously Sunderland are flying at the moment. Again, I said I'm not too sold on Leeds, and that's why I'm quite annoyed about the performance on the weekend, because I don't think Leeds are that great. They've obviously got good players, but I don't think they're a great team. And you know, there's a lot of teams that can compete in this league now. Fulham are one of them. Obviously, you look at teams like Palace, you look at teams like Brighton that have been on the rise in recent years. You even look at Brentford, Sunderland, like I mentioned, flying in the league right now, Bournemouth, Villa, you know, Newcastle, teams that weren't challenging us when we were winning the league with 100 points, winning the domestic treble, and things like that. These were a lot of the teams that we just steamroll. And that's kind of why I don't think that the Centurion season will ever be done again. Well, not that it won't ever be done again, that's hyperbolic, but it won't be done again in the near future, because the teams in this league are too good. The teams in this league are too good now for that to be the case again. You will not get Liverpool winning the league with 99 points, Man City winning it with 98, while the runners-up have 97, and Man City winning the league with 100 points again in the years to come, because the teams in this league are too good. You know, everybody's up for it this year, basically, and the same with last year. And I think that's something we haven't adjusted to very well as a club. And you know, I think the arrogance we had and the players we had last seasons might have carried us to a league title 2 years ago, but no one's scared of us anymore, because no one's scared of anybody in this league. You actually look at the teams in this league, nobody strikes fear into anyone, and that's very, very good for the sort of the state of the league. But you look at Chelsea, like I did the watch along here for Chelsea Arsenal. Chelsea were down to 10 men against league leaders Arsenal that look unstoppable. They weren't scared, and they went and got the draw. Sunderland weren't scared of Arsenal. They're a newly promoted team. They weren't scared. No one's scared of Liverpool. No one's scared of going to Anfield. You've got Nottingham Forest rocking up and winning at Anfield, you know? Winning 3-0 at Anfield. You know, no one fears City. Nobody in this league fears City. You know? And that's a good thing. And I fundamentally think that's a good thing. That no team in this league is unanimously feared by everybody in the league. Because I just think it would be, I just don't think it would be great. Great for the league. Joe, score prediction. You want my score prediction? I think it's gonna be 2-1 to City. But I think it's gonna be 2-1 to City. But I think it's gonna be a scrappy game. Scrappy game. This could get. There are periods in this game that I think could get dark, but I do think we'll edge Fulham just about. But things could get very, very dark very, very quickly in this game. If sort of our team don't come out with the right mentality, and that's obviously something I say quite a lot about City. You know, if the team don't come out and feel like they need to put in a good performance, then they won't put in a good performance. Nah, it is, and especially, you know, you don't want, you know, City aren't good at playing games in London, like I've mentioned. You look at Palace, you look at Brentford, you look at Spurs. You know, we don't like going to stadiums in London. We don't have major amounts of success unless we're playing Chelsea. But yeah, you know, we don't like going to London. We've got a evening kickoff midweek at Craven Cottage after bottling a 2-goal lead at home to Leeds and having to sort of scrape the win with a 90th minute winner. You know, that doesn't fill me with confidence. That does not fill me with confidence whatsoever. And it shouldn't feel like anyone with confidence. And that's why I haven't seen anybody, and I'd be surprised if anyone said to me that they are confident going into this game and they think Manchester City are going to be the better team by far. Because I just don't think that's possible. I just do not think that's possible in the slightest, if I'm honest. What other games have we got on today? What bet can I slap on actually? Let's quickly get on Bet 365 before the game kicks off. This is where my specialty comes in. Away team to score first. Yeah, you know what? I could back that. I can back that. I did say Haaland was going to score first. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to quickly deposit a tenner. We're going to quickly deposit a tenner. Now we're going for this right now. Alright, there we go. We're depositing a tenner. Yep, there we go. Alright. Oh, I should have deposited 15 because there was another bet I wanted to put on. I wanted Haaland to score first. Oh, 2 seconds. We might need to deposit more money, chat. We might need to deposit more money. So if anyone wants to donate to fund my gambling addiction, now would be the time. Now would be the time. Where's first goal scorer? I can't find first goal scorer. Nah, have they taken first goal scorer off Bet 365? Where's player to score first? Where's player to score first? Nah, am I bugging out? Where's player to score first? Nah, what's going on here? Nah, what's going on? Why can't I find player to score first? I can find player to score, but I can't find player. Oh, here it is. I found it. We found it. 2 secs. Yeah. Okay, we found it. We found player to score first. And that's going on Haaland. Because like I said in my prediction video, Haaland is scoring first. That's not even up for debate. That's just a fact. That Haaland will score first. If it wants to actually let me place that bet. No, it's not. Bet 365 is not my friend right now. Bro, what the hell? Oh, this app hates me, bro. I'm just going to give up. So if Haaland scores first, yeah, like I said he will, just know the Bet 365 are scamming me out of money because it's not letting me place the bet. Like, it's not even giving me the option to place the bet. So, just know Bet 365 are scamming your boy out of money. Boycott Bet 365. Player to score first. Oh, here we go. Now we up. Do I put a tenner on this one as well? No, you know what? I got 50 pence left in the. Oh, that's 50 quid. Whoops, my bad. I got 50p left in the account. So we'll just go for the little 50p bet, just so I don't have to deposit any more money, because I don't know if I can be bothered to do that. But there we go. City to score first and Haaland to score first. There we go. That's it. That's it. Easy, easy. Easy money. Easy money. Easy money. Easy money. What, the team's coming out now? Oh, big you up, Michael. Are United playing today or do United play tomorrow? Are United on today or United on tomorrow? No, United are on tomorrow, surely. Oh, United are on Thursday against West Ham at Old Trafford. That has to be a win, surely. Surely that has to be a win. Like, I don't know. There's no way that's not a win. Like, Old Trafford, 8 p.m. against West Ham. That has to be a convincing win as well. Like, I don't know. Like, I just can't see anything going wrong in that game. Like, I've watched West Ham, and they're not good. They're not good. Granted, I watched a lot of West Ham under Potter, and they're not good at all. They're really, really bad. But under Nuno, I don't know. Like, I've seen some improvement, but like at the same time, there's no way they get a result at Old Trafford. I don't see it. And if they do, well, I mean, I say if they do, I'd be shocked. Like, I don't know if I could be shocked after what happened against Everton. That was crazy. Like, what happened against Everton was nuts. So I don't think I'd be shocked thinking about it if West Ham got a result, because Everton Everton game just set the bar so low. Nah, the thing is though, and this is always the problem with United now, is you'll string like three or four impressive performances together, right? And things will actually look like they're finally starting to click. And then you will just pull out one of the most catastrophic performances of all time, and it sets you like a good 3-4 months back. Every single time. Somebody strikes fear into me that Manchester United might be back. And then you pull out one of the worst footballing displays I've ever seen in my life, and I'm reassured by the fact that you are not coming back anytime soon. And it happens every single time, and that's something I can see in our semi-close future, and I'm not really ready for it. Like, I'm not ready for it at all. So I'm just sort of like, I'm just chilling, knowing that sort of football is creeping up on me at some point. But for now, well, I'll just enjoy however bad it gets under Guardiola, because I know it could be 10 times worse. I think the thing is with the striker situation is you spent so much money on 3 strikers and you haven't actually given any of them any time to settle, right? And then your midfield, Ugate's one of the worst footballers I've ever seen. Casemiro's decent, but he's just too old. Bruno gets played. Does he still get played out of position? I know he was getting played out of position a lot towards the end of last season and start of this season, but I don't know if that's still the case. But I can imagine with Amarin it is the case. So Bruno gets played out of position, even though you've got Kobe Mainoo that could play in that position and free up Bruno. But yeah, and then you look at players like Mount, who struggles with fitness. And I don't really know who else you got in midfield. I'm thinking Ugarte, Bruno, Casemiro, Mainoo, Mount, and I can't remember who else. But again, that doesn't really, fill me with confidence. And Arian, you got City 2-1, Haaland brace. I have City 2-1 as my prediction. But Haaland brace, I've just got him scoring the first. Your old school, very first game, 72. You're just like my neighbour, right? I've got my neighbour, big him up, yeah. My next door neighbour, he's a huge United fan. Biggest United fan I've ever met in my life. And he will constantly tell me, like, and Joe, if you're still in the chat, you can attest to this. You'll see him and he'll be like, "Nah, when I was growing up, Man United were terrible. And then I got to see the glory days. And now we're just back to this. But I can say that I watched my team be terrible, then amazing, and then terrible again." And that's his biggest claim. And then he'll talk about, and then he'll go on his rant about how the Glazers ruined the club by using the club as collateral to obviously buy the club, which, you know, you can't really argue. You can't really argue with that. I tell you what, this black kit we have is really nice. I might need to invest in that. That's actually beautiful. I could see myself rocking that, you know. I could very much see myself rocking that. Remember, guys, like the stream if you haven't already. Like the stream, because I'm telling you, from our recent performances, I'm going to crash out at least once today. So be prepared for that, and like the stream, because you know a crash out is pending. But we are underway. Donnarumma launches it long to Haaland. Foden brings it down. He's wrestled off the ball by Anderson, who tries to send Jimenez down the line, but Diaz sees it out for a throw-in. We still haven't even got the scoreboard up in the corner. I've had to do that before, to be fair. Can't remember what game it was. I think it was Manchester City. It was Manchester City versus Southampton in the Carabao Cup in 2023. But I lived in Southampton at the time due to uni. One of my friends was like a big Southampton fan, so I had to walk with him. From his house in the city centre all the way, you know, to the game, and I just had to like walk through the whole crowd. And obviously, it's not as intense as what you had to go through, but like, you know, it's never a fun sort of experience. Oh, again, they finally put the timer up, and I've got my timer bang on again. I'm actually getting good at this, man. I'm getting there. I've got Vardiol on the ball now. Today I was just posting and replying anything on X and get monetization enabled, but after 30k impressions, it's restricting me for 3 days. Drop your X in the chat, and I'll drop your follow. Yeah, no, Aaron, drop your X in the chat. Because I don't think my Twitter's still linked, because I don't really use Twitter that often anymore. I just use it for promo and stuff. But yeah, if you drop your X in the chat, I'll drop your follow. Vardiol now launches it out wide to Nunez, who just about brings it down. He plays it inside to Bernardo Silva. And we're pushed quite far back here, but Bernardo can progress it forward. Now it's Foden. He plays it inside to Vardiol. Nah, no worries, Michael. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and try to enjoy your Thursday night. I'm sure you won't, but you know, try to enjoy your Thursday night as well, and obviously your evening tonight, of course. Is that Bernardo? Yeah, that is. I need glasses, man. Sometimes I look at some of these players on the pitch and I don't know who's who. You got Foden, Diaz now. Mine's related to cricket, not football. I'll drop you a follow anyway, because you know, I'm not even trolling. I've been meaning to get into cricket. Like, a few of my old workmates tried to put me on, but they were explaining it to me while I was half asleep, and I wasn't really getting it. Like, I've tried my hardest to get into cricket, but it's just like, I don't know if I've got the attention span for it, you know. Like, I don't know, but like, it's one of those things I feel like I need to get into, but I don't know where to start. That goes out for a Fulham throw-in. Wilson's going. I see Harry Wilson's going for this Szoboszlai sort of look there. Tete plays it back to Anderson, who plays out of play for a City throw-in. I'm not really too sure what the game plan was there from Fulham, but you know, you respect it nonetheless. O'Reilly, Doku, his pass is intercepted by Smith Rowe, but then Tete's pass is intercepted by Vinders, who gets it back to Nico O'Reilly, who then goes back to Nico Gonzalez, who plays it inside to Vardiol. Bernard Silva, 2-6. Nunes now to just about keep it in play and pull it down for Foden, who cuts inside past Bassi. Iwobi even. And then it's Doku shoots, shot blocked. Bassi then heads it clear. O'Reilly. I should have just followed you now if it was the right account. That should hopefully, have been the right account. But we got Diaz on the ball now. Back to Diaz. Bernardo Silva to try progress the ball forward. He goes out to Nunes. And I was right. Foden's tucked sort of inside. And then it's Foden who's into Erling Haaland. Oh, how's he missed? No! Haaland! The prophecy! It almost came true right there. How has he not scored? It's a beautiful pass inside from Nunes. Good touch by Foden. And then it's a beautiful pass into Haaland. He puts it past Leno but hits off the inside of the post and goes out for a goal kick. Haaland, no, man. That was it. That was my bet coming. That was my 2 bets coming in. That was fulfilling my prophecy of you scoring first. Don't do that to me, man. Why'd you do that to me? Why? Haaland brings it down this time. He's wrestled to the floor by Bassi, and that is going to be given as a City free kick. Nah, I don't. How has he not scored that? Like, you got Haaland in that running in on goal in that position, yeah. And you'd put your house. You'd bet your whole house on that goal going in. Well, that shot going in, it just doesn't. Nah, I don't. Nah, how has he not scored? This feels like it could be Newcastle all over again if we're gonna be missing chances like that. Damn, that shows that Haaland's not in the best form if even he's missing chances like that. Wow. I don't know what to say, but we got Bernardo Silva coming forward again. Now it's Nunes. He skims Sessegnon, then cuts back to Bernardo Silva. He goes inside to Nico G, who goes back to Diaz, who finds Vardio. Vardio to Diaz. And now it's Matheus Nunes. He goes inside to Bernardo Silva, who chips it into Vinders to try bring it past Bassi, but Bassi stands strong and puts it out for a City throw-in. Now, I'm still in disbelief. I'm still in utter disbelief that Haaland's not scored there. Foden now. Nico G. Back to Diaz. Bernardo Silva. He plays the ball over the top for Foden to bring down. But Bassi gets there to take it off at like the tip of his toe. And now it's Jimenez. He plays the ball through to Harry Wilson to charge. And he brings it down. And then the ball goes into Smith Rowe, but Diaz gets across and puts it out for, I believe, a corner. I think that was poor defending there from Vardio and Nico O'Reilly, because when the ball comes out for Wilson, both O'Reilly and Vardio are chasing to close down Wilson, but they leave Smith Rowe sort of unmarked at the back. Now, we could have won if Haaland took his chances, but I think the loss was mostly... like, it's on his back, and it's on... because Haaland should have scored that chance in the opening 10 minutes against Newcastle, and he should have also scored against... and then Foden should have also scored when it had it squared to him, and he, like, put it wide from in the middle of the box. So, yeah, but Foden made up for it with his 2 goals on the weekend, and hopefully Haaland can make up for it here. But Fulham do have a corner, and it is whipped in. It's cleared by Nunes, and then brought down by Foden, who can run with the ball out. He tries to find Doku. It's a bit of a wayward pass, but Doku does retrieve it. Now it's Vardio. Cruyff turns back past Tete, and now it's Nico G. Now it's Foden. Diaz. Foden. Anyway, thanks for that. Yeah. And you'll be back on the grind after 3 days. That's good to hear. That's good to hear. Is that a foul? No way he's given that as a foul. No way. No way he's giving that as a foul. That's one of the softest fouls I think I've seen. How are you giving that as a foul? Nah, that's never a foul, man. Like, I don't know if am I just being biased, or is that just not a foul? Is that just not a foul by any stretch of the imagination? We should be 1-0 up anyway, so if... Alright, good news. Wilson's not stood over the free kick. So, you know, I can be spared that. Because if he... Oh, Doku, it's a misplaced... Oh, give over, ref! He's misplaced the free kick. Doku's pounced on it. And then as Wilson goes to close him down, Doku shrugs him off the ball and he's giving it as a foul. Nah, this is going to be a long day. This is going to be a long, long day. Never a foul. Never, ever a foul. Wilson stuck his arm out to see if he'd stop Doku. He doesn't. So then he falls over to the floor. How's that? And that's never a foul, man. Give over. Never, ever, ever a foul. Remember, guys, keep liking the stream if you're enjoying, because I can tell you from the way things are going, the head loss is coming soon. Because this is setting up to be a game I'm not going to enjoy. We've missed an easy chance within the first 10 minutes, and now all the fouls are going against us. Go on. No way. Is he giving that a foul? He's given that one as a foul to Fulham, is it? Yeah, he's lost it. He's lost it, man. His head's gone. Here's Wilson. Skips past O'Reilly and then skips past Doku. Still Wilson. He goes back to Anderson. Anderson goes back to Leno. Bernardo Silva's the highest one up pressing. Then the long ball comes. Brought down by Diaz. And then Nunez tries to hook it clear, but only as far as Iwobi, who goes back to Calvin Bassey. And now it's Anderson. Fulham just look to pass it around the back, build up a bit of momentum and some possession, drag the City players out of possession even. That's a bit of a heavy pass back to Leno. Leno looks to go long. Nunez wins the aerial duel against, was that Sessegnon? Yeah, Sessegnon, and he heads it back to Iwobi, and Fulham have possession again. Now it's Tete. Anderson goes long in search of Iwobi, who's completely unmarked out on the left-hand side. Foden gets a tackle in, but Iwobi still got it, who tries to burst past Nunez, but Nunez wins the ball and it is secured by Foden. But the pass out from Diaz is not good enough, and you'll never guess who's on the ball again. Fulham with Ryan Sessegnon. It's not good, man. It's not good. Because now, like, we're winning the ball, but we're never there for the second ball. Like, no one wants the second ball more than the players in white. It's a big tackle by O'Reilly. Doku couldn't find the pass through to Vinders, and now here come Fulham again with Iwobi. Smith Rowe, Sessegnon ahead of him, but Smith Rowe keeps running and keeps charging. Goes out, passes out to Sessegnon, and Nunez gets there first and puts it out for a throw into Fulham. Now it's Iwobi. He crosses it into Jimenez, but he overhits it a little bit. Jimenez couldn't get there, and it's claimed by Donnarumma. Donnarumma short now to Vinders. Now it's Diaz. Out to Bernardo Silva. And now it's Nunez. Tries to go inside to Foden, but it's intercepted. But it's won back by Bernardo Silva. Little to no movement from the City players in the middle of the pitch at the moment. So now it's Diaz. Never mind, that's Gonzalez. See, I am blind, man. I've been telling you. And then it's Nunez. He goes back to Donnarumma. Donnarumma goes short to Diaz. Just had to make sure that wasn't Nico again. Foden takes it on the half turn. He plays it through to Nunez, who can come and drive inside. He goes inside to Haaland, who leaves it for Doku, and now it's O'Reilly. O'Reilly skips past Tete once, but Fulham clear it, and it should be a City throw-in, I think. Or did Anderson's clearance come off of O'Reilly? That was a good bit of play from City, though. You know, you want to see more of that. You definitely do want to see more of that. I think Foden's definitely been our best player going forward again today, from the first 15 minutes. Again, there's a long time to go. We just need to up the intensity just a little bit. Like, Fulham just want the ball a lot more than us, and obviously you'd expect that playing at home, but like, you know, they just seem a lot more up for it. Reinders wins the ball back. Now it's Nico. He goes back to Diaz. Diaz out to Vardio, who can take a few steps forward with the ball and then turns back and passes it to Gonzalez after running into a dead end. He switches it to Nunez, who's got some space out on the right hand side, but he quickly closed down by Iwobi, and he goes back to Diaz. Foden, Nico into Foden, who quickly takes the ball on the turn. Then it's Nunez, tries to cross it, it's blocked by Sessegnon, and then the ball's tackled off of him by Iwobi, but City have the ball again. Foden, Diaz, Nunez. His cross is literally finds no one and is headed clear by Wilson. Nico, Foden, Nico again, O'Reilly. Inside to Foden. He goes out to Doku. Doku crosses it to Reinders, and then it's Haaland! Get in! There it is. My bet comes in. My prophecy's true. Erling Haaland opens the score. It's Manchester City 1 at Craven Cottage, Fulham 0. And, you know, that's a very good goal. That's a very, very good goal. And that kind of makes up for his miss earlier. You know, I would like to see another one from you, Erling. But there we go. Erling Haaland opens the scoring. And, you know, that was a good move from City. That one there, like I said, we started to pick the tempo up again. And then you look at it, Foden picks it up. He passes it to Gonzalez, who does a nice 1-2 with O'Reilly, who finds Foden asking for the ball in space. He turns, fires it out to Doku. Doku fires in a cross. Reinders just lets it slip through his legs, dummies it. It's a beautiful cross from Doku. Reinders dummies it, takes two defenders out of the game. The ball just falls onto Haaland's foot. He wraps his foot round it. He sits Sessegnon down, who tries to block the shot. The shot goes straight at Leno, but he has to duck under it, or else he's definitely ended up with a concussion. And, you know, told you he'd end his goal drought. He'd score first. Manchester City 1, Fulham 0. Let's go. Let's not let it slip. You know, let's play a comfortable game of footy, lads. Like, I've seen too many times take the lead and then play absolutely horrific football. But that one there, that's a very, very good goal. Very, very good goal. And that is his 100th goal in the Premier League. And he's the quickest person to do it. He's done it in 13 games quicker than Alan Shearer with 111. Nah, Foden's been absolutely unreal today. Absolutely superb. It's probably been, like, you know, like everything just runs through him, and it's again because he's able to just pick up pockets of space, and he's always demanding the ball. When Foden's got confidence, he wants the ball non-stop. He's demanding the ball. And you know, when he gets the ball on the half turn, things are going to happen, and that's what's been happening this game. You know, he set that goal up nicely, and he should have had an assist earlier, but Haaland gets on the score sheet nonetheless, and we take the lead. But Iwobi's got the ball now. He fires the ball out to Wilson. O'Reilly comes to close him down, but Wilson skips inside, and he looks for a long searching ball through to Smith-Rowe, but it's intercepted by Diaz, who passes it to Gonzalez, and now it's Doku. Doku to O'Reilly, and then back out to Doku, who tries to skip past Wilson. He doesn't, and then Tete is able to send the ball back to Anderson. Let's quickly claim my winnings. while we're here. Nah, it's not happening. Izzy, you can't come in. No, that's a foul. Izzy, you can't come in my chat saying stuff like that. You can't. No. You can't come in here wishing for a Fulham equaliser. That's not how it runs, man. That's not how it runs. Well, I'm happy. I made some money, so life's good. Iwobi on the ball now, trying to ruin my mood. Again, City aren't really pressing. You know, we're pressing like a little too low for my liking. Long ball searching in for Sessegnon, headed down by Nunez. And then he plays the ball into the middle for Vinders. It goes over his head, but it's brought down by Doku. And then Vinders sends the ball over the top for Haaland. He's got Bassi with him. So he cuts inside. And then Bassi's able to win the ball off of him. And then Doku tries to receive it, but Bassi keeps going. He then skips past Bernardo Silva and out to Iwobi. Iwobi with a few step overs. He tries to cross it back post to Jimenez, but it's cleared by Vardio. Foden's brought down in the middle of the pitch and it will be a free kick to Manchester City. I bought you 2 City shirts, bruv, and given you 2 Haaland shirts. Respect me. I'll respect you when you don't come in here, you don't come in my chat praying on City's downfall every single time. You didn't even watch my stream where I was watching your beloved Arsenal. Yeah, this was really good from Bassi. Originally to take the ball off Haaland, then get round him, and then to beat Doku to the ball. And then like shimmy inside Bernardo Silva. Yeah, no, we don't need to see any equalizers in here today. Well, Mush FC, I agree. We don't need any equalizers in here today. Nunez, Bernardo Silva, Diaz, Bernardo Silva, Nico Gonzalez, Foden, Bernardo. He goes long in search for Doku, but it's dealt with by Kenny Tete. It wasn't even for Doku even, it was O'Reilly. Doku was in the middle of the pitch. Harry Wilson on the ball now. Anderson. Now it's Sessegnon to run at Nunez. His pass inside is intercepted by Foden and it runs back to Donnarumma. Plays it to Diaz. And now it's Nico. He goes to Vinders. Now it's Vardio. Now it's Donnarumma. Diaz. Doku. He's wrestled off the ball. Now it's Smith Rowe. Plays it out wide to Iwobi. Iwobi's now doubled up on, so he goes back to Sessegnon, who plays it back to Bassi, who goes back out wide to Iwobi. Iwobi plays it into Smith Rowe. Smith Rowe turns, shoots. Big save by Donnarumma, and then it's cleared by O'Reilly. Fulham still have it though. Lukic. And then Tete tries to play the ball in behind for either Wilson or Jimenez, but neither of them have made the run. It's overhit. And Donnarumma retrieves the ball. But look at this shot again from Smith Rowe. Iwobi finds him, and it's Foden-esque on the half turn. He shimmies to find just a yard of space around Diaz. Takes the shot, looks for the near post, but Donnarumma gets his big frame down quick enough to parry that one away. Now it's Vardio. He finds Vinders. Vinders is brought down by Tete, and that will be a free kick to Manchester City. Now it's Wilson. He plays it to Smith Rowe, who brings it down. Looks to turn. He goes inside to Sanderberg. And now it's Iwobi. He cuts inside, back to Berg. Smith Rowe. Diaz. Now it's Bernardo Silva. Now Ruben Diaz out on the wing, who's just nutmegged Bassi, who's brought Diaz down for a free kick. Can't believe I've just watched Ruben Diaz pull off a nutmeg, man. What is life right now? He just slides it through Bassi's legs, so Bassi just stands firm and lets Diaz run into him, and it is given as a foul to Manchester City. Fulham are still up. Fulham even. Bournemouth Everton is still 0-0, and obviously Newcastle and Spurs has not kicked off yet. But we've got Vardiol on the ball now. He goes inside to Vinders, and now it's Nico O'Reilly. He can charge inside with space to run into O'Reilly. He drops it outright to Doku. He cuts it back. Now it's Vardiol. He goes inside to Nunes. Now it's Bernardo Silva. He goes inside to Vinders. Back to Bernardo. And now Nunes. Nico G. He plays a switch out to Doku. Doku brings it down. He can run at Wilson now. Does run at Wilson. Skips past Wilson. Hooks it back to the back stick. And it goes all the way across. But Vinders is there to retrieve. Now it's Nunes. He whips across in. Haaland jumps. Headed over. Goal kick. Was again a decent move from City there. It was a really, really good ball. Out wide to Doku. Doku brings it down nicely. And obviously the cross isn't good enough. But then Vinder's able to recycle possession, get out to Nunes. He hits a good cross. Haaland gets up. Oh, wait, now that should be a corner. Is it a corner? Yeah, it is a corner. I was about to say, at first I thought that was a goal kick, but I see the replay. That is definitely a corner. And it is a corner, and it's Vinder's out to take it. Again, I don't have much hope from these corners, because you know how I feel about City corners. I've made my thoughts on that abundantly clear in the past few weeks. But then Vinders plays it deep to Doku, who tries to square it across goal, but it's blocked and goes out for a City throw. Foden out to take it now, but he throws it to Nunes to take the throw in. By the way, not Foden taking the throw in, but then Nunes goes to Foden, then back to Nunes. Now it's Bernardo Silva who tries to chip it over the top to Nunes. Ball's just left up in the air. It's retrieved by Vardiol, who just heads it to absolutely no one, and Anderson can bring it down. But he's now just rushed a pass out to Tete and put it out for a Manchester City throw-in. This one to be taken by O'Reilly, who goes quick and short to Doku, who plays it inside to Nico. Back to Vardiol, who finds a beautiful pass inside to Foden, but Foden's first touch on the half turn is a little too heavy. But City have it back again with Nunes. Vardiol, Doku, O'Reilly, and O'Reilly's put it out for a Fulham throw-in. Anderson. He goes back to Leno. Now it's Wilson. Ball taken off of him by Diaz, and then it's launched along by O'Reilly. But it's brought down by Bassi, and now it's Iwobi. Goes across to Anderson, and now it's Tete. Lukic. Oh, that's a tough tackle in there by O'Reilly, and he's able to come out with the throw-in. Bernardo Silva. He runs into traffic. The ball taken off of him by Lukic. Now it's Anderson. He goes out wide to Sessegnon. Iwobi ahead of him. He turns back and passes it back to Bassi. Now it's Anderson. Again, Fulham taking it really, really slow. Bassi. Sessegnon. Sanderberg. He plays a heavy pass under pressure from City players, and that goes out for a throw-in. What's weird as well, it looks like Bernardo Silva's actually playing at right back, with Nunez sort of playing as a winger. Like 9 times out of 10, Bernardo Silva sat deeper than Nunez, which is quite an interesting sort of a thing I've picked up in this first half an hour. I don't know if that's intentional or they just keep finding themselves in those positions, but it is interesting. Bernardo Silva now. He dinks it back to Nunez, who then tries to play it down the line to Gonzalez, but it's intercepted by Sessegnon, and now it's Iwobi. He goes inside to Smith Rowe. Now it's Sanderberg. Back to Anderson. Doku pounces on a heavy touch, but the ball's won back by Tete, and now it's Anderson again. Anderson and Diaz have seen a lot of the ball at centre half for both teams here. Jimenez, Bassi. Now it's Iwobi. Smith Rowe. Iwobi. Skips inside. He plays a ball through to Lukic, who then tries to find, was that Wilson? Intercepted by Vardiol, and then Nico comes away, is caught in possession actually, and now it's Jimenez, and now it's Wilson, Tete, Wilson, and then it's back to Anderson. Tete, round the corner now, cross comes in, blocked by Diaz, will be a Fulham corner. Yeah, I honestly thought Nico G was going to come away with the ball there, but he then, literally as soon as he goes to play the pass, ends up getting like his pockets picked and the ball's stolen off of him. We've got the corner now to be taken by Wilson. Half an hour into this game, still 1-0 to City. Wilson now. Corner comes in. Smith Rowe hits it over, goal kick. The way the ball was bouncing there as he took the touch, like you look at that again, he's unmarked on the edge of the box, he takes the touch and he's rushed by Diaz, so he then has to rush the shot, and it just, he just hooks it over the bar. There was no real danger there for Donnarumma, because it didn't even look like it was dipping like relatively quickly either. Now Diaz. He hits it long. Haaland's wrestled Bassi to the floor. And it will be a Fulham free kick. Fulham get it underway quickly. With Sanderberg. Anderson, Smith Rowe. Berg again. Iwobi. He goes inside to Raul Jimenez. Raul Jimenez turns, hooks it out to Wilson, who's unmarked. He turns to get the cross off, headed away by Diaz. Touchdown on the edge of the box by Foden. He tries to spray the ball out to Doku, but Wilson gets there first. Haaland is rolling around on the floor in some discomfort now. And Bassi's claiming his innocence. Haaland's holding his foot down on the floor. I'm not too sure what's happened. It must have been an off-the-ball incident between the two. But Haaland does seem to be in some pain. He was just thrown to the floor by Bassi off the ball. I don't think anything's going to come of that, but Haaland does look to be in some discomfort. He is just about getting to his feet. And it's all about how he moves, and if he moves freely after this collision. Should be fine. He does look like he can walk it off. Then we go back to the goal. Yeah, so beautiful cross from Doku. And also an excellent dummy from Winders. And then, yeah, typical Haaland finish. He doesn't miss twice. Does not miss twice, does Erling Haaland. We are back underway though. And Haaland does look to be moving freely, so he does look to be fine. You know, he is wincing a little bit, but you know, he should be fine. It should be, you know, again, something he should be able to walk off. Tete on the throw for Fulham. Tete Anderson. Tete again. Wilson tries to play a pass, intercepted. Now it's Doku to run at Anderson. Anderson pushes him out wide, but Doku then tries to skip past him. Anderson still stuck to him like glue. Doku gets the pass back to O'Reilly, and now it's Gonzalez. He looks to switch. That lane is closed. So now it's Vardio. Nunez wants to pass out to Foden, but he's got Iwobi with him. Runs himself into a bit of trouble. Then gets himself back out of it and passes to Bernardo. And then Foden into the centre to Vardio. Vardio out to Doku. And Doku tries to thread the ball through to Vinders, but it's intercepted by Wilson. Wilson's played really well going forward and defensively for Fulham here. Nice Smith Rowe. Bassi. Iwobi. Sessegnon. His pass is intercepted by Gonzalez. Now it's Vinders. Don't shoot. Don't shoot. Don't shoot. He chips over the top to Doku. Bassi gets there first. Then Haaland shoots and it's blocked by Anderson. I don't really know why Vinders didn't just tap that to Doku first time. I don't know why he felt the need to take so many touches and then dink it over. All he has to do there is tap it to Doku there. But he takes a touch, rolls his foot on top of the ball, chips over to Doku. I think it's just about onside. Bassi gets there first, and then Anderson throws himself in the way of Haaland's shot. So O'Reilly, Vardio. How long have I been a City fan? For however long I've watched football. 1 moment, 2 secs. Haaland plays through Vinders to Gianni Vinders. 2-0. 2-0. I said he needed a big performance today, and he gets on the score sheet for the second time in a City shirt. Assist from Haaland. And, you know, that is a very, very cool and collective finish there from Gianni Vinders. How long have I been a City fan for? So what? I was born in 2003. And I'd probably say I started watching football in around, I want to say it was 2007, 2008 was when I first, you know, obviously started supporting City. But I wouldn't say I got like big into football until I was like a bit older. Like, and when I say like big into football, I mean, you know, this is an excellent finish from Vinders. Just chips the ball over Leno running forward. It's a beautiful pass from Haaland to find him, and Gianni Vinders is back on the score sheet. And, you know, I said we needed a big performance from him today. But anyway, I keep getting sidetracked, sorry. Obviously, so I supported City from around like 07, 08. But like, obviously, as I got older, my interest in football sort of grew, and I sort of like gained more knowledge on the sport. And obviously over time I became like a bigger supporter, basically just because my knowledge on the sport grew and expanded. It's just like, you know, I couldn't see it any other way personally. I mean, you know, a lot of people have their say on the fact that, you know, I'm a City fan. I don't live in Manchester. I'm not from Manchester. I was born relatively close to Manchester though, so, you know, I think that's some brownie points. I was born like 30 minutes away from Manchester. It doesn't sound like it from my accent, but you know, I was obviously live down in the south of England now, but you know, I can see it any other way. For City, I was just fortunate enough to be born in a time where City would become very successful in my lifetime, in sort of like my prime years for getting into football, really. But even if that wasn't the case, I could very much just still see myself supporting City. So yeah, that was a long-winded answer to your question because I got distracted by Gianni Vinders scoring. Yeah, you know what? I think things are looking a bit more comfortable now. I'd agree on that one as well. I don't know if we'd score 3 or 4 because I thought we'd score 3 or 4 after the first half against Leeds, and we saw how that went. So, especially with Smith Rowe on the edge of the box now, but he's dispossessed by Bernardo Silva. Now it's Iwobi. Still Iwobi. He tries to thread through ball to Wilson, but it's intercepted by O'Reilly. And then O'Reilly can hook it clear. Haaland goes to knock it down, but Anderson gets there first. Wilson. And the reason I say it also like around 07-08, because I know it was that season. I know it was the 07-08 season, but I can't remember. I can't remember exactly if it was like 07 or 08, if that makes sense. But yeah, like, and you know, some people will say, well, you know, that's like obviously more than likely, you know, that's after the takeover. And I was thinking to myself, how old was I in like 07? I was like 5, yeah, like if that, like I'm like around 5 years old at that time, right? Like, do I look like I know what Arab money is and sports washing is at the age of 5? You know, like, I'm an intellectual, but I was not that much of an intellectual back then. You want Atletico to defeat Barca tonight? How does the La Liga table actually look? Let me actually have a look at that before I get distracted by another goal. It's still 0-0 between Bournemouth and Everton, if anybody was wondering, if anyone's using me as a Sky Sports hub right now. Where's La Liga? I actually cannot find La Liga. Nah, you can't be wanting Madrid to win the league, man. I just think it would be so funny if Madrid don't win the league within the first 2 seasons of having Mbappe. I just think that's absolutely hilarious. But that's because I just don't really like Mbappe. I just don't like. I don't know. I just think he's a bit of a bit of a petulant child, really. Got Donnarumma on the ball now within the last 4 minutes of the first half. He passes the ball straight to Fulham, but then Haaland intercepts the ball. His pass is intercepted by Sessegnon, but Bernardo Silva wins it back. You know, like, I probably like Atletico the most out of Barcelona, Real Madrid, and Atletico, but you know, I'd prefer Barcelona to win over Real Madrid any day. But you know, it's paining me to see that we probably won't see a Griezmann La Liga winner like in his career, which is kind of sad. Haaland, he goes inside to Doku. Oh, it's given as offside. Free kick to Fulham. Big up Noel in the stands. Big up Noel Gallagher. Vinder's out to take the corner. Vinder's whips it in, back post. It's punched away by Leno, but it's brought down by Foden on the edge of the box. Foden shoots! Foden scores! 3-0 City, and what a finish. What a finish by Phil. I knew as soon as he touched that down, he was scoring. I knew as soon as Leno punches that and Foden takes the touch, I know 3-0. I know 3-0. That's a beautiful finish from Foden. And we are well and truly, I think, in the clear now. So, you know, the team have shut me up a little bit from everything that I had to say, you know, pre-match. Oh my, Bernardo Silva's bold. Did anyone else see that? Bernardo's got like the Donnarumma going on back here. Like, that's kind of nuts. Bernardo needs Turkey ASAP. But yeah, the corner comes in. Leno's able to punch it clear. Foden takes the touch, completely unmarked. And he just sets himself for the shot. And you know, he knows exactly what's meant to happen. Just turn, shoot, goal. Beautiful finish from Foden. 3 in his last 2. Phil Foden's back. Phil Foden's so back. One off season and people were talking about this guy like he's Stuart Downing, you know, like he's Jay Spearing, you know. This is Phil Foden we're talking about. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Big up UD, I see you in the chat, man. Make sure you've liked the stream, UD, bro. UD, if you like the stream, Liverpool win tomorrow. 3-0 City just on the stroke of half time. Boom. Foden goal, Haaland goal, and Vinder's goal. You couldn't ask for any more, could you? You couldn't ask for anything better. Three minutes of added time on the end of the first half. Anderson sends a ball out wide for Wilson. Guardiola deals with it, but he's only able to put it out for a corner because he slips while trying to play the ball back to Donnarumma. Just see this one out now. Don't concede in the last few minutes of the first half. Get into half time at 3-0, lads. Come on. Also, obviously, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already and go follow me on TikTok. Both of my usernames are obviously there. And if you're watching the stream, you can just click subscribe. You know, doing God's work. Corner to Fulham, though. Wilson. He can't beat the first man and Foden heads clear. And now Núñez can rush away with the ball. Never mind, that's a horrid touch. And Iwobi wins it back. And now it's Wilson with plenty of time and space to cross the ball in. It's headed in. Smith Rowe 3-1. That's poor. That's a really, really poor goal to concede. That's a very, very, very poor goal to concede. That's so poor. That is so poor. Or is it you got your Smith Rowe goal? Foden does well to head it clear. Núñez, loose touch. One back by Iwobi. No one's tracking the Wilson run. He crosses it in. Everybody drops deep and just allows Smith Rowe to just ghost into the box completely unmarked. Beautiful cross from Wilson. He picks out Smith Rowe and it's a very, very good curled header into the back of Donnarumma's net. You know, that could have definitely been defended a lot better. A lot better. And City have the game back underway at 3-1. What did I say? All we had to do was see... Oh my God, no. Now it's Raul Jimenez. He's still got the ball. He goes out to Tete. He's got Lukic in front of him. Well, it's not a Smith Rowe equaliser, is it, though? You wanted the Smith Rowe equaliser. He got, as of right now, a consolation goal. But it might not be a consolation goal by the end because we've just completely lost control of this game. And it's Smith Rowe again. Iwobi crosses it in. It's headed clear by Gonzalez. Haaland taps it back to Vinders and Vinders hooks it out for a Fulham throw-in. This is dark. This has gotten really dark in the space of a minute. Tete. Wilson. Tete. Wilson again. Back to Tete. 2 minutes of the additional threes played. City 3, Fulham 1. Bassi. City with everybody behind the ball. Anderson comes forward. He goes to Tete. Then to Wilson. And then the ref blows for half-time. Half-time, City 3, Fulham 1. I'm not exactly impressed with the end to that half. Like, you know, it was looking good. We were about to get into half-time at 3-0. And then we just started play. Then we just gifted them an easy, like, you know, a very, very soft goal to concede defensively. And as well, it's just... Why is that not refreshed? There we go. And, you know, and then we gave up control of the game in that second half, at the end of that first half. So, you know, we threw away the clean sheet when we didn't need to. They're now back within 2 goals, and hopefully they don't carry the momentum into the second half. But, you know, when it comes to my sort of thoughts on that first half, I think Foden's been the best player on the pitch. By a mile, I think Foden's been our best player. You know, I was saying even before their goal, I think Harry Wilson's been their best player on the pitch, along with probably Calvin Bassey. I think Doku's been getting in good positions, but, you know, he is having a hard time kind of getting past Anderson and Tete on that left-hand side. I think Vinders has been quite good. I think Núñez has had a very good start to this game, but I don't want to praise him too heavily because, you know, I know he's got a clanger in him. I know he's got a moment of absolute stupidity in him to change my thoughts on this performance. And yeah, I'm going to quickly run to the toilet, you know, very, very unprofessional of me, and then we'll be back for the rest of my first half analysis. So make sure to get your thoughts out in the chat for me to read when I get back. We back. I promise I washed my hands as well before anyone tries to say that I didn't. We back. Let's just grab the Twitter machine and we'll have a little look at what everybody's saying. We'll have a little look at you know, other thoughts going around. Because, you know, I think that was a pretty good performance up until that last probably 2 minutes or so. First thing I see, Smith Rowe prop. So is it you can yeah, I'm not going to say what I want to say. Let's just type in Man City and see what's being said. See what's being said. I think it's all just going to be about Haaland though. When I'm wanting to actually see some sort of thoughts and things on this game, but you know, again, like I said, like I can't imagine many of you have different opinions to me. Maybe on the players that have performed well. Well, have Atletico scored? Is Alvarez scored? Let's have a little look. Let's have a little look-see. Oh, it wasn't even Alvarez that scored, but Atletico are 1-0 up nonetheless. I see. So Izzy, you can hold that, unfortunately. That's what the Hamzy flick highline gets you. Yeah, you know, I think yeah, Foden's definitely been the best player on the pitch. But you know, again, honourable mentions out to Núñez. I think Haaland's done well, especially for his goal and the assist for Weinders. I think Weinders done pretty decent. He's improved on some of the things that I thought he was doing wrong originally. Towards the start of the season. Again, you look at this. I'm watching the replay now of this Weinders goal. Haaland does very, very well to turn inside. I think that's Sanderberg, and he turns inside Sanderberg and Anderson. A very good turn. Weinders does well to hold his run between Tete and Bassi. He runs through, takes a bit of a heavy touch, but Leno's not quick enough to come out, chips it up, and that's a beautiful. It is a beautiful goal, beautiful goal. I think all three of our goals have been very, very nice. I wish I could say the same for our defending, but you know, I've made my thoughts on their goal very, very clear. It's very, very soft to give away, but it, you know, that doesn't take away from the beautiful run and from Smith Rowe and the cross from Wilson. But from a City perspective, you just got to be doing better in that situation. Again, beautiful dummy from Weinders for Haaland's goal. I think it's an excellent cross from Doku, absolutely pinpoint. Can Atletico win La Liga? I was looking at the table. Oh, yeah, and then they're showing the Weinders goal again. I mean, they're what? They're 3 points behind. They're 3 points behind Barcelona. And I don't know if that's taken into consideration the game now. So I don't know if that's added on the points now. I don't know if that's the live table. Yeah, it's just a beautiful touch. And you know, as soon as Foden has the chance to curl the ball in from the top of the box, you know exactly what he's doing. You know exactly what he's doing. But yeah, no, we look at the Fulham goal again. Good header from Foden. Weak touch from Nunes. Then a weak challenge on Iwobi. You know, Foden probably should press out, I think, to Wilson instead of charging back into the box. So he's got a free time to put out the cross, and Vinders probably does need to get out to challenge Smith Rowe, if I'm being totally honest with you. But you know, hopefully it's just the one goal, and we don't see any more Fulham goals today. Hopefully, but you know what Manchester City are like. Literally anything could happen in the second half. We all saw that last weekend. Well, I didn't. Thank God. Izzy can attest to the fact that I was fast asleep. But yeah. Very, very poor. But again, Foden, magnificent again today, because the kid can do no wrong in my eyes. Like, he actually... I say Foden can do no wrong in my eyes. I was heavily critical of him against Newcastle, so I don't know why I said that, but you know what I mean. Like, for what he did in the 23-24 season, Foden will forever be the GOAT in my eyes. You know, and that's why he's immortalised in my setup at the back there. Phil Foden, 47, always. When I'm sat here with a lot of subscribers in the future, and we're well past the time of Foden's playing career, that will still be in the background. I probably won't even be talking about football at that point. We'll probably move on to something, I don't know, what the middle-aged men post on YouTube. Like, I don't know, I'll probably do like, I don't know, what do middle-aged people post on YouTube, man? I don't even know. Like, would I have to do like vlogs? Would I do daily vlogs? Would that be me? Nah, that would never be me. You think anyone will watch my daily vlogs? I do absolutely nothing in my day. I literally do absolutely nothing. So like, if any of you ever have the thought, what does Nathan do in his day to day? Just know it's absolutely nothing. Is it 1-1? Who scored? My guess is going to be... Oh, it is Rafinha. It is Rafinha. I've got to make sure we're live, because if anyone was here for my Newcastle stream, I'm big you up if you were here for my Newcastle stream. We got almost 15 minutes, like we almost got 10 minutes into the second half, and my Sky Sports was in delay, so I thought it was still half time, and I checked Bet365 and I'm like, why does it say we're in the 53rd minute? And then I'm like, oh, I'm in delay, so I had to restart. Like, I'm just sat here going through my halftime thoughts, and the second half has kicked off. Obviously, luckily I didn't miss anything, and unfortunately I had to see us play absolutely terrible in that second half. But yeah, you know, hopefully that doesn't happen today. It didn't happen against Leverkusen, whereas I kind of wish it did. You know, I kind of wish I was sat there not watching that second half. But you know, the things I do for you guys, because if I wasn't streaming, I would have turned that game off at 2-0. That you would have, as soon as Savinho entered that pitch. Oh no, wait, Savinho started that game. Sorry. As soon as Savinho entered the pitch against Newcastle, and as soon as we went 2-0 down against Leverkusen, the TV would have been off, because, you know, you got to prioritise. I prioritise my mental health over watching Savinho play football, and hopefully we don't see him play today. because I've been happy with Doku and Foden's performance, and if anyone's to come on the pitch, I think it should be Rayan Shirki. Because Oscar Bob's not on the bench, is he? I don't think so. Obviously, I went through the bench earlier, and I don't think Oscar Bob's on the bench. I do have to just quickly share the stream on TikTok. I completely forgot to do that, man. Like, you'd actually think, you'd think I knew what I was doing. You'd think I'd be on top of this all, but I'm clearly not. Oh man, the YouTube thingy bar is actually so annoying. You know what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna refresh the page. I think I'm just gonna refresh the stream there, and then I can just share it on my TikTok, and everything can be great. Live now on YouTube. What's like a cold song that I can put in the background for this? You know, I'm just gonna keep this the standard one that it's given me, man, because I can't be bothered to put all that effort in. We're still at half-time because, again, I don't want this game... Yeah, it should still be half-time. I'm going to check Sky Sports, though, because now I'm actually, like, completely paranoid now that I'm going to be in delay every single time that the second half kicks off. Because I don't even know how that happened. Like, I didn't even click... The issue is, like, I didn't even click out of the tab. I didn't even click out, or I didn't click anything to do with, like, the monitor that the game's being played on, right? I didn't press a single thing to do with that, yeah. And then suddenly I'm just like so far in delay, and I'm like, what's going on? Like, lads, like what's happening here? But you know, we should be all up to date on this one. You'd hope so. You'd hope so. Newcastle Spurs still 0-0 because obviously they kicked off. Is that one still 0-0? Yeah. So Bournemouth Everton still 0-0, and then Spurs Newcastle still 0-0. I can see Newcastle winning that one. Spurs haven't been great. Neither of Newcastle, but you'll never guess what they both have in common. Yes, they've both beat Manchester City this season. In both of those games. I remember the Spurs game. I was watching it while I was at work. And I sat to myself. We went 2-0 down, and I just thought, I think I'd rather actually be doing work that I'm meant to be doing than watching this game. So I just turned the game off and got on with what I was meant to be doing at work. Fulham to make some subs. I think it's Chukwueze, and is that Tom Kearney to come on? Yeah, so Chukwueze coming on for... Lukic, and it's Castagna coming on for Tete. I don't know why I thought that was Tom Kearney. Does Tom Kearney even still play football, or am I just lost? Am I just bugging out a little bit? Does Tom Kearney even still play for Fulham? Oh, he does, and he is on their bench, to be fair. So I'm not like far off. It's not like he's retired or anything. Still does play for Fulham. He's just not coming on the pitch right now. It's Timothy Castagna instead. And Chukwueze. Fulham to get us underway in the second half. And we are back live at Craven Cottage. Manchester City 3. Fulham 1, and the second half is underway, and Fulham already have the ball out for is that a throw-in? Yeah, so the ball's already out for a throw-in. Nunes to take that throw-in. Nice and easy 45 minutes, lads. Like, you know, don't panic, don't let them get back into the game. Just keep everything comfortable. Why have we already lost the ball? Why do they already have the ball back? Here comes Castagna. He keeps motoring forward. He plays it out wide to Jimenez, who goes to Smith Rowe. And there's Sander Berg. Back to Anderson. Castagna again. Iwobi. Out wide to Sessegnon. And it's Chukwueze. Bassi. Anderson. Castagna. Back to Anderson. And now it's Sander Berg. Anderson. Leno. Fulham again doing a lot of what they were doing in the first half. Just keep passing around the back until they can work space in behind. Chukwueze's wrestled off the ball by Nunes, who tries to play it inside to Gonzalez, but there's not enough disguise or power on the pass, and it's intercepted by Jimenez. And now it's out wide to Harry Wilson. He's got Castagna ahead of him. He does play the ball to Castagna, and then as Castagna tries to find Wilson again on the overlap, the pass is intercepted by Vardiol and put out for a throw-in. So we've got Sander Berg now back in the midfield. Iwobi. Bassi. He lays it off to Sessegnon. Now it's Iwobi. Chukwueze. His pass through is blocked by Diaz, and now it's Haaland. Now Weinders. He's got Doku ahead of him. He does find Doku, and it's his first chance to run at Castagna. And he gets the better of him once, and then he passes it inside to Haaland. It's a poor first touch, and then it's Foden! Get in! Get in! That's 4-1. I said we needed a nice, comfortable second half. And, you know, what more could you ask for than Phil Foden getting his second brace in 2 games and restoring the 3-1 lead? And that is a perfect counter-attacking goal. You know, I did think Haaland's first touch from that Doku pass kind of killed the attack. But who's there? Who's there to capitalise? Poacher Phil Foden himself. 4 goals now in the last 2 games for Phil. So he took my criticisms about his finishing against Newcastle personally. You know, you look at this again. It was a beautiful block by Diaz. And then a 1-2 between Weinders and Haaland. And then Doku's released. He steps inside past Castagna. Doesn't exactly get the beating of him. And then he sees the pass open up to Haaland. It hits off Haaland's heel. And then it bounces wide. And as you think the attack's done, who arrives on the edge of the Who arrives from the edge of the box? Phil Foden running into space. Leno tries to close him down, but it's too late. It's chipped over him, and it is 4-1. Nick, you think it's going to end? You think it's going to end 5-1? You know, I'd be happy with a 5-1. Get Foden's hat trick. Get it to 5-1, and then see the game out. And then cheers for liking the stream, my boy. Thanks for liking the stream. We are back. Madrid beware. You know what? Madrid should beware because they're also not in great form at the moment, but at the same time, anything can happen at the Bernabeu. Literally anything could happen. Like, I'll never ever be confident going into a game at the Bernabeu because I know anything could happen. Foden, inside to Nico. And now it's Vardiol. Doku. Haaland brace or Foden hat-trick. I can get down with both, to be fair. Lewandowski's missed a pen. That's crazy. I swear that's not the first time this season as well. I swear he missed one a few weeks ago, no? If I'm remembering correctly. He missed a few weeks ago. Barcelona is such a weird team to watch. Like, they're just strange. Like, sometimes I watch them and I just think they're like the best team in the world, and then there's other times where I'm just sat there and I'm thinking to myself, have you guys, like, it's a bit like City really. I watch City and I think you're the best team in the world, and then other times I'll watch and be like, have you 11 gentlemen met before, or have you just like come together like a pro club's drop-in lobby? Fulham, being pressed to pass around the back, but they have played it across the box with ease. And now it's Jimenez. He is brought down by Nico, and that will be a free kick. Fulham back on the ball, still 4-1 to City. Sessegnon. Inside to Iwobi. He's got space to run into because Diaz has went out wide to Chukwueze. And then Iwobi whips it back stick to Wilson, who then cuts it back. Who cuts it back to Jimenez. He takes the shot and he hits Nico straight in what I think was the stomach. He's on the floor, but he gets back up. City back in shape to defend as Fulham still lurk on the edge of the box. Anderson. Sanderberg. Castagna. Smith-Rowe. Vardy clears. Only as far as Iwobi. Iwobi takes a touch back to Bassi. Bassi turns and sprays it across to Anderson, who gets it to Sanderberg. Back out wide to Iwobi, who's seeing a lot of the ball. Chukwueze wants to take on Nunes, tries to pass it round him, doesn't, but he gets the ball back, then plays it inside to Smith-Rowe. Smith-Rowe shoots, and it's wide of the goal and over the goal. He just tried to curl it with placement, but Nico's back on the floor. Yeah, you could tell that one hurt. He's took it right in the stomach, and it was a powerful shot from Raul as well. Iwobi cuts inside. Smith-Rowe shoots. Yeah, it's just, no trouble in Donnarumma there. Is Nico back on his feet? Because I don't think we've got a midfielder to come on the pitch, Yeah, Iwobi comes forward. Tops over the tackle of Bernardo. Cross comes back to Wilson. He plays it square to Jimenez. He just shoots, and Nico just puts his body in the line and protects City from, protects City's 3-goal lead. Now his pass is intercepted though, but O'Reilly pounces back on it, and now it's Bernardo Silva. He passes back to Nico, who gets it to Foden. Now it's Bernardo. Viners is screaming for it in the middle. Foden. He hits it long to Haaland. Haaland takes the touch deep, then goes to Bernardo. Bernardo loses out, but it's Foden now after Nico wins it back, and now it's O'Reilly with Doku ahead of him. He does pass to Doku, and Nico continues his run, but Doku goes inside to Foden. Foden back out to Doku. Doku this time goes inside to O'Reilly, but the ball misses him. Doku then intercepts Castagna's pass forward. Doku shoots. It's deflected. It's in. It's 5-1. Nick was correct. It is 5-1. Doku will claim the goal, but I think that was heavily helped by the deflection, and that will probably go down as an own goal because I doubt that was on target. But City lead 5-1 nonetheless, and this is really not Fulham's night, is it? It really isn't. It really is not. Because you look, City come forward, Doku tries to play it inside to O'Reilly, Bassi clears it, Sanderberg goes back to Anderson, and Anderson just hits it straight into Doku. Doku cuts inside, goes for the finesse, the signature finish that Doku wants to do, and then it just hits off Sanderberg's leg and goes in and just flies past Leno, and yeah, I can imagine that'll go down as a Sanderberg own goal, if I'm totally honest. Because I don't think that was really troubling the keeper. Naturally, I'm not too sure because it was on target, so it probably will go down as a Doku goal. I'm just trying to see who Sky credit that goal to, if they want to update. It does go down as a Doku goal. And yeah, it was definitely on target, but it wasn't going to go in if it wasn't for the touch off Sanderberg. But you take that nonetheless. City 5, Fulham 1. And we are running riot a little bit here. I did get a bit nervous when we conceded towards the end of the first half and we gave up a lot of possession to them. But that Foden goal calmed my nerves, and Doku's just, put me into a sense of security here. And now it's Nunes to come forward. He tries to skip past Berg, but he's dispossessed, and he goes back to Leno. Now it's Anderson. Berg. Chukwueze. Iwobi. Anderson. Inside to Berg. Then out to Castagna. Castagna goes long to Smith Rowe. Smith Rowe brings it down. Gvardiol grabs hold of him. Smith Rowe goes down, but he's able to get the pass off to Wilson. That's blocked. It falls to Iwobi on the edge of the box. Iwobi shoots. Iwobi scores 5-2, and that's a beautiful, beautiful finish from Iwobi. I actually can't even take anything away from that. That is a beautiful goal from Alex Iwobi. Beautiful finish. Because I don't even think Donnarumma can really do anything about that. I think my only question is, why has he got so much space? You look at that again. Gvardiol brings down Smith Rowe. He's able to get the pass off to Wilson. The cross comes in. It's blocked off Gvardiol. Foden goes to close him down, but Iwobi's already got, Iwobi's already made up in his mind what he's doing with the ball, and he just curls it into the bottom corner. Yeah, Donnarumma's got no chance. That's a really nice goal from Iwobi. You can't really be too mad at that, and it is now 5-2. Nunes. Gonzalez. Now we just can't let it slip, because this would be very embarrassing if we bowled this lead. Donnarumma goes long to Haaland. Haaland brings it down for Foden. Foden's got Vinders and Doku ahead of him. Foden keeps chasing. He goes to try find Haaland. The pass isn't good enough, and it rolls through to Leno. He definitely should have went to Vinders there, in my opinion. I can't lie. But yeah, no, 5-2. Very, very high scoring game. We've seen some good goals as well. I think Foden's goal was beautiful. Iwobi's goal was definitely very good. And Vinder's goal was nice as well. Cross comes in. Wilson tries to take it past Nico, but Nico sees it out for a goal kick. Harry Wilson is determined. Like, he is convinced. He's adamant that it's a corner. I wouldn't want to see Marmoush in the place of Haaland. I'd want him to see him in the place of Doku, because we need to see Marmoush left wing minutes. Because if Marmoush is going to get into the team in the starting 11, it's going to obviously be off of the left. So if we're wanting to see what Marmoush can offer this team, we need to see him playing off the left, in my opinion. So if I was to see Marmoush come on, I'd want him to see him come on for Doku. But I don't think that's very likely. I do think if he does come on the pitch, it will be for Haaland. But I would prefer to see him on the left, playing up there with Haaland. Bassi now. He heads it into the middle to Vinders, and Vinders goes for an ambitious pass, to say the least, to Haaland, and it sees its way through to Leno. Smith Rowe. Berg. Smith Rowe. Berg. Iwobi. Now Chukwueze. He crosses the ball into Jimenez. Jimenez takes a shot. He shoots, and it's well gathered by Donnarumma, but it was straight at him, to be fair. So, there's nothing you'd really expect. But I think that was given as offside on Jimenez. Yeah, Jimenez was well offside. But, Donnarumma made the save nonetheless. So you have the ball now. Diaz. Gvardiol. He plays it inside. A beautiful pass to Haaland. Now it's Vinders. Vinders wants to play it out to Nunes, and he does find Nunes. And now Vinders is running on the underlap. But Nunes goes to Bernardo instead. Now it's Nico. He chips one out to Nunes, who's pushed off the pitch by Bassi, and will now go out for a goal kick. Stones is getting ready to come on now for Manchester City. I'm going to probably guess that'll be for Nunes, maybe. Not too sure. Smith Rowe on the ball in the meantime. Now it's Castagna. He goes back to Anderson. Now it's Iwobi. We'll be out to Castagna. Now it's Smith Rowe. Smith Rowe skips past O'Reilly. And now it's Wilson with the cross. He finds... He finds Jimenez. Jimenez is able to chest it down, but Núñez is able to sort of take the ball away from Núñez and out for a corner before he's able to get the shot off. Because that, that could have been 5-3 there. And again, it's an absolute exceptional ball from Harry Wilson. Yeah, it's a good intervention there from Núñez. The ball comes over his shoulder. Jimenez chests it down, and Núñez just takes it out for a corner before he can do anything else with it. And now it's a corner to Fulham. Just as we pass the hour mark, Iwobi crosses it in. It's headed away by Gonzalez. Now Chukwueze takes a shot from range. Now it's Bassi. There's a few step overs. He looks to curl and shoot. Passes it back to Chukwueze. He's dispossessed by Bernardo Silva. And now Doku's got some time and space to try carry it forward, but can't beat his first man in Sessegnon. And Sessegnon sees it back to Leno. Now it's Bassi. We're playing with a bit of complacency now. And Fulham have looked the better team after they've got their second goal, and that's not what you want to be saying. We're 5-2 up. We should be very much comfortable in this game. We shouldn't be looking like the second best team. So, I need to buck up our ideas, because doing a lot of last ditch defending right now, which is not really what you want to see. Obviously, last ditch defending shows determination, but it shouldn't keep getting to that point time and time again. Got Castagna now. Berg back to Castagna. Now it's Smith Rowe. He tries to take it past Vardiol, but Vardiol retrieves and then sends it long. Only as far as Iwobi, who is absolutely everywhere at the moment. His pass is intercepted by Gonzalez. Now it's O'Reilly. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! I'm not even going to say anything, right? I'm not even going to say anything. You're just going to look at the screen. You're just going to look at my screen, or look at your screen if you're watching the game as well. And you're just going to see something that I'm not too much of a fan of. Any guesses in the chat is what's got me saying oh no, because I think it's pretty obvious, really. Unfortunately, Savinho's made his way onto the pitch. John Stones is on though, and it wasn't in place for Núñez. It was in place for Nico G. Good to see him get a bit of a rest. But Doku is off for Savinho, so that's something. And Vardiol's launched the ball out of play. Nice. This is going to be a long 27 minutes. I can tell you that. Especially with the way we're playing at the moment. I know I shouldn't really complain about performance when we're 5-2 up, but it's a bit diabolical at the moment. Sanderberg. Now it's Sessegnon. His pass intercepted by Foden, but it's seen out for a Fulham throw-in. Anderson. Chukwueze beats Núñez to the ball, but Núñez stands firm and makes the winger pass the ball back. But of course, Iwobi's there to retrieve it. And now Sessegnon's in the box. He crosses it back stick to Wilson. Wilson then goes to cross it back across the goal, and it goes out for a goal kick. But I think Sessegnon might have been offside, and the flag does go up, so Sessegnon was offside. So nothing would have counted, even if anything came from that chance. Yeah, it's a good pass from Iwobi, but obviously Sessegnon's well offside. Then he crosses it back stick to Wilson, who's just an ever-present threat for Fulham in this game. Iwobi and Wilson have just absolutely ran the show for Fulham, and that's great. I think that's probably crazy to say when they're 5-2 down, but I just think Iwobi and Wilson have been so good. Iwobi now, Bassi, back to Anderson. Now it's Castagna. 65 minutes on the clock. Manchester City 5, Fulham 2. Sessegnon. Chukwueze. Castagna. Wilson. Smith Rowe. Sanderberg. Chukwueze. Castagna. He crosses it into Jimenez. Diaz gets there first, but the ball's still alive with Wilson. Back out to Castagna, who goes for another cross. This one's dealt with by Stones, but it's out for a Fulham throw-in. Smith Rowe now. Castagna. Sanderberg. He turns. Passes it forward to Castagna again, or is that Wilson? That is Wilson. Iwobi. Anderson. Sanderberg. Again, Fulham just keeping possession around the back, trying to force an opening. Anderson. Bassi. To Sessegnon, intercepted by Foden. Now it's Diaz. Stones. Bernard Silva runs into traffic there, and Sessegnon is able to pinch the ball back off of him, and then Foden puts it out for another Fulham throw-in. Again, I still think Foden's been our best player today, 100%. Even like some of his defensive contributions have been quality today. No, it's Sanderberg. Wilson. His pass is intercepted by O'Reilly, and now O'Reilly can jet forward with space to move into. He's got Haaland up with him, but O'Reilly keeps going, then tries to thread the ball to Haaland, but it's intercepted by Sanderberg. And then Leno gets it out to Anderson. Anderson is closed down by O'Reilly, but O'Reilly can only put it out for a Fulham throw-in, which will be taken by Anderson. And then the switch from Castagna finds Sessegnon. He's got Chukwueze ahead of him and Iwobi inside, but he chooses to go back to Bassi. Now it's Sessegnon. Anderson. Sanderberg. Anderson again. Now Castagna. He looks to chip one over the top for Jimenez, but he was offside and Wilson was too far away from the ball, so it goes back to Donnarumma, who's able to pick it up. He rolls it out to Vardiol. Vardiol to O'Reilly. Now it's Vinders. Into Savinho. Savinho skips round one. Now it's Foden. Stones. Foden. Now Diaz. Now it's Stones. Vardiol. O'Reilly. Savinho. Inside to Bernardo Silva. Silva back to Diaz. City starting to regain some control in this game. Now it's Bernardo Silva. Vinders. With O'Reilly and Haaland advancing ahead of him, but he finds Savinho. Savinho crosses it in, back stick to Haaland! Off the inside of the post and out. Wow, Haaland really should have a hat-trick today. That was almost a Savinho assist as well. It was a good cross as well. And that's exactly what I keep saying he needs to do. He just needs to focus on crossing those balls in, because we know that he has a good cross on him. Haaland intercepts the crossfield pass, and now it's Foden. He's got players ahead of him, one of them being Savinho. Overhits the pass, and now it's a goal kick to Fulham. Let's look at that Haaland chance again, man. It's a beautiful cross from Savinho. Vinders does well to wait and pick him out. He sets himself for the cross, does cross it. Beautiful cross back stick to Haaland. Haaland tries to head it near post, and I mean, is successful because he hits it off the post, but he hits it off the post and out. It's for the second time this evening. And now it's Chukwueze up the other end. He tries to skip past Nunes, but Nunes is having absolutely none of it. And in the end, that's to pass back to Iwobi, the ever-present Iwobi, and his cross goes all the way through. and out for a goal kick. 20 minutes left. Man City 3, Fulham 2. No, Man City 5 even, Fulham 2. Again, that was really good work from Nunes out there. And then Iwobi cross, but no one attacks it, and Vardiol and Donnarumma go out for a goal kick. Vardiol. O'Reilly. Vinders. Intercepted by Smith Rowe, and now it's Wilson. Smith Rowe. Iwobi. Sessegnon. Iwobi. Chukwueze. He skips inside. That's Anderson. Castagna. Sanderberg. Castagna. No, Wilson. Is that Wilson? I don't know. That was Smith Rowe who passed it inside. Chukwueze 5-3. It's a beautiful strike by Chukwueze, and now it's 5-3, and this really is game on, and City really do need to buck their ideas up. This is not good. I don't like this at all. How? We were 5-1 up. We were 5-1 up. We were 5-1 up. You look at this again. Berg has all the time in the world. Vinders presses him too late. He goes out to Smith Rowe, who plays it inside to Castagna, who might actually be offside here, so this could get disallowed. He cuts it back. Bernardo Silva doesn't deal with it well enough, and then Chukwueze is able to run onto it with very, very minimal pressure onto him, and he just guides his shot straight into the bottom corner. And again, nothing Donnarumma can really do about that one. It's a really, really good strike, very similar to the Iwobi goal. But are they gonna draw the lines for that one? Was Castagna onside? He was. Oh no, they are checking for offside, because there was the potential for Castagna to be offside. I do want them to draw the lines though, so I can see this. So they're checking if Smith Rowe was offside first of all, which he looks like he's onside. I imagine Smith Rowe was onside originally. Focusing a lot on Smith Rowe here, but I don't imagine he was offside. I imagine it was Castagna, no? Or am I missing something here? Because I'm not getting anything from the still they're showing me here. That one looks offside, but that's not that one looks onside, but that's not the one I'm really worried about. It goes out to Smith Rowe now, and then back inside to Castagna, who I do believe shoulder might have been offside, but is it in line with O'Reilly's hip? That's what I can't see from the angle I'm being given. Hopefully they're being given a better one. But this is wasting a lot of time. You think it would be a bit easier than this? Am I gonna have to draw my own lines again? Because I still haven't found my marker pen, so I can't draw my own lines. Still waiting for a decision on this goal. And the goal's been given. So it is 5-3. We really do need to buck up our ideas now. This is This is really not good enough. Really, really not good enough. We were 5-1 up, man. Like, come on. Surely we cannot drop points from being 5-1 up. Surely that is not possible. But we're soon to find out. And we'll find out in the next 20 minutes or so. Haaland's on the floor for whatever reason. Now it's Diaz. He panics and hooks it away. Only as far as Sessegnon, but he has to see it out for a throw-in. Smith Rowe is now off the pitch. Now Joshua King on. And Kusei Asar for Raul Jimenez as well. Foden loses the ball now. Now it's Chukwueze, the goal scorer. He goes long. And then it's brought down. Now it's Bernardo Silva who goes long to Haaland, but he misses that and it's seen through to Anderson. Now our defence is something else, man. Like, how is this happening? Like, I'm actually in disbelief at what I'm watching. Vardio. Again, another misplaced pass and Fulham have the ball back again. Now it's Wilson. Sanderberg. Castagna. He loses out to Savinho. Just don't do anything stupid and play it safe. Yeah, he plays it out for a goal kick. Yeah, we're blaming Akanji, are we, Vipes? You know what? You know what? Fairs. That might be where I'm at in a second. Wait, that wasn't a goal kick. It's a corner. Oh, my Lord. No. I don't need this in my life right now. Corner comes in. Donnarumma originally deals with it, but Chukwueze runs onto it again, man! No way is it 5-4! We've conceded the same goal 3 times in a row! What am I watching? Nah, I'm in actual disbelief. At what I'm watching right now. With actual disbelief of what I'm watching. It is 5-4! No, this is embarrassing. This is actually embarrassing, man. This is pathetic. The corner comes in. Donnarumma punches it. It's a very soft punch. And again, Chukwueze is able to run onto it with nobody pressuring him. Is this... No way this is where we're at right now. We were 5-1 up. Right? Let me actually look, right? So we were... 2 seconds. We were 5-1 up in the 57th minute. And we are now currently only leading by 1 goal now. What is this? What am I bearing witness to right now? I don't know. I told you the head loss was coming and it's here. Because we were 5-1 up, man. How has this happened? Like, I actually, like, oh, man. What am I watching? So Riley. He tries to take it to the corner. And ends up losing out. But we do get the throw in. Nah, they're going to equalise, aren't they? I don't know. I think I'd rather be the worst team against 10 men Chelsea than this. This is bad. O'Reilly. Oh, and Fulham have the ball. Diaz. Stones. Loose touch. Fulham have the ball again. Diaz deals with it. Vardio. Long ball. Back to Fulham. Again. Now it's Nunez. Joe, if it makes you even more confused, City were 5-1 up. Foden's just been fouled in the middle of the pitch. Free kick. 5-1 up, by the way. 5-1. This is disgraceful, bro. What am I watching? We've conceded the same goal 3 times in a row, where the ball is just bounced out to the edge of the box and they've just lashed it in first time. I can't keep doing this. I can't. Grealish has just scored for Everton, though, so that's something. All right, Harry Wilson's finally coming off the pitch and is ready to leave me alone, because I wasn't really having fun watching that. And Shirky's coming on. I don't know if this is really the right time to be bringing Shirky on. If I'm being okay, we're bringing Shirky on for Reinders. I don't know how I feel about that. I actually do not know how I feel about that as a substitution when we have just thrown away a 3-goal lead. Well, no, 4-goal lead, should I say? We throw away a 4-goal lead, and then a 3-goal lead, and then a 2-goal lead. So Ryan Shirky comes on for Tajani Reinders. I don't think that's a smart substitution, because that means we've brought off Nico Gonzalez and Reinders. Oh man, Pep Guardiola, what is happening right now? And Fulham have brought on Kevin for Harry Wilson. And Fulham have the ball again. And here comes Sessegnon. Kevin. Bassi. Shirky tries to win back the ball back off Iwobi, but Iwobi's doing his best Reece James performance and just being absolutely everywhere tonight. Anderson. Iwobi. Ball goes long. And Josh King doesn't get there, and Donnarumma just about gets there. This is long, man. This is long. Okay. Now Diaz can't complete a pass. Oh man. I'm actually gonna Superman punch my monitor in a minute. Vibes, do you know what this game feels like? This feels like playing co-op with UD. This is what I feel like I'm watching. I'm watching myself play co-op. Oh my god! Can we complete a pass? No. Don't give a... No way. No. Oh, I've almost just fell out my chair. Please tell me no one saw that. Is he just giving a penalty? Are we getting a V? Oh, no. Oh, that's going to be a penalty as well, man! No! Oh, wait, no, it's not. No, that shouldn't be a penalty. That shouldn't be a penalty. No way are we giving that as a penalty. No way is he giving that as a penalty. Are we playing on? Are we playing on from that? Yeah, okay, we're playing on from that, because at first glance that looked like a penalty. Haaland. Shirky. Haaland. Wrestled off the ball by Bassi. Leno. Castagna. You missed the 4 now in saying that we're still winning at least. Because Josh King's just wriggled away from O'Reilly. And then Diaz. And now it's a corner. So basically what's going to happen with this corner is they're going to cross it in. We're going to head it clear. And then bam, someone's going to twat it in from the edge of the box. I'm telling you now. I'm psychic. That's exactly what's going to happen right now. Money on Josh King just arriving at the edge of the box and just lashing it in. Oh. Corner comes in from Fulham. This time Savinho's there to deal with it. And has it been given as a foul on Donnarumma? Oh, I just want to cry. This is going to be the longest 5 minutes of my life. But it's not even going to be 5 minutes because I'm going to add time on. Oh, man. This is disgusting. This is absolutely disgusting. Anderson. Intercepted by O'Reilly. Stones. Don't do anything silly. Donnarumma. No! Donnarumma's doing Cruyff turns. No, 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 no. No, no, no. O'Reilly. Savinho just about gets there. Now it's Foden. Helps it on to Shirky. Nunes. Bernardo Silva skips past 2. And then a third and is brought down by Sessegnon. I blame Yudi as well, man. Yudi was in chat earlier. And I feel like ever since he was in chat, things have went downhill. Oh, man. Oh, man. I don't like this. Shirky now. Nunes. Diaz. Stones. Stones hits it out wide to Shirky. Does he just about keep it on and plays a beautiful pass around the corner to Bernardo Silva? Bernardo Silva tries to return the favour, doesn't, but he wins the ball back and then passes it straight back to Bassi again. But then Shirky wins it back. He tries to launch one into Savinho. It's dealt with by Castagna. And then Castagna can clear it away. And now it's Josh King to take the touch round Stones. Stones gets a touch on the ball, but it's still Fulham. Just about. Chukwueze, he breezes past Foden, he shoots, and luckily it goes over the bar, because that goes in and he scores a hat-trick off the bench, and I'm Superman punching something. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, just have it over. Can we just get this over and done with right now? I can't keep putting my eyeballs through this. Oh. Oh. Haaland, Vardiol, Savinho loses aerial duel to Castagna and it goes all the way back to Leno. Leno takes a touch, lofts it out. Chukwueze. He's tackled by Vardiol. Vardiol inside to Bernardo Silva. Bernardo gets it out to Savinho, and Savinho's got some space to move into. Just keeps the ball at his feet, cuts inside, takes a heavy touch, still keeps hold of it just about, and then goes back to Diaz. Stones. O'Reilly. He runs forward. Goes out for a throw-in off Castagna. 88 minutes played. 5-4. What am I watching? What am I watching? Vardiol to Haaland. Haaland helps it on to Foden. Foden back out to Haaland. O'Reilly. Dispossessed by Sander Berg, who goes back to Anderson. Savinho's just tried to nutmeg. I can't, man. Sander Berg goes down. It's going to be a free kick to Fulham. Or Anderson's still got possession of it. No, it is a free kick to Fulham. 89 minutes played. So Wobie now on the ball. Savinho wrestles it back off Sander Berg. Again gets it to Foden. Foden puts it out of play because O'Reilly's down on the floor with cramp. But he's just about getting to his feet. He does get to his feet. Foden did put the ball out of play though, but I've got a feeling Fulham are going to take this throw in and not give the ball back, which could work to our detriment. Yep. No, they just throw it straight to Stones. That's fine, you know. Gamesmanship is still well and truly alive. Diaz chips the ball forward to Haaland, but again loses out to Bassi. 8 minutes added on. Oh, Christ. Oh, no. Oh, I'm not ready. I'm not ready. I'm not ready. I am not ready. Chukwueze, he gets the ball out to Kevin, who crosses it. It goes back stick. It's dealt with by Savinho. And then Castagna back across. Kevin. And then Bernardo Silva gets it clear. But it's Anderson now. City still with everyone behind the ball. Iwobi. Oh, it's still Iwobi. Anderson. Savinho intercepts and he can come forward. He tries to play it to Haaland. Haaland heads it on. And it's Savinho running into space. He takes a very, very poor touch, but he's wrestled to the floor by Bassi, but it's not given as a foul. And Bernardo Silva intercepts Leno's pass out to Kevin. And then he goes inside to Shirky, who turns and gets it to Nunes. Nunes back to Shirky. O'Reilly running into space. O'Reilly gets it. He turns. Doesn't want to attack the box. Smart thinking. Smart thinking. Then it's Nunes. He goes to Diaz. Diaz to Stones. Stones out to Savinho. But it goes all the way out for a throw-in. That was a really, really dumb pass from Stones. 91.5 minutes played. Still 5-4. Bassi. Sander Berg. Anderson. Chukwueze. Still Chukwueze. He switches it out to Kevin, who's all alone. Nunes goes out to press him. And he does win the ball just about, but then... Oh, it's given as a foul. Other ones just fell out my chair again. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. Donnarumma now. He looks bold as hell from that angle. He launches it long to Haaland, who brings it down, but only into the path of Sander Berg, who launches it back to Leno, who hits it out to Bassi. Bassi goes long. Header won by Nunes into the path of Savinho, who just misses out, but Vardiol gets there, helps it on to Shirky. Shirky plays it through to Josko Vardiol! Oh, and it's cleared off the line. Now it's still Shirky. Bernardo Silva. Shirky. Foden. O'Reilly. Nunes. Now it's Diaz. Stones. Diaz. Nunes. Goes out of play off a Fulham player, and it's a City throw-in, and Vardiol is very, very angry at himself for not scoring there. Beautiful pass round the corner from Shirky. Vardiol gets it round the keeper, but he just can't guide it in, and it's a relatively easy clearance from Anderson. Ball goes out for a Fulham corner. Shirky's probably about to get booked for kicking the ball away. He does. 4 minutes left to play. So he still lead 5-4. That's Shirky's first yellow of the season. Bassi. Chukwueze. Sander Berg hits it out to Kevin. He takes a touch. And then back to Bassi. Finds Iwobi. And now it's Kevin again. Who takes on Nunes. Gets round Nunes. Gets the cross in. And then Savinho is on the end of it, and he's able to run up the pitch and try to get it clear, but he runs straight into Anderson. And now it's Chukwueze. His pass is intercepted by Diaz, and now it's Shirky, who runs out of a bit of a tight space, but then runs completely into traffic and just has to play the ball all the way forward, and now it's Leno. We have Shirky down on the floor, holding his face. Yeah, it's a good interception there from Savinho. I'll give him that. Nunes probably could have done a bit better, but oh well. Foden's now coming off for Ake. Finally, probably a smart substitution there from Pep Guardiola. Still time to play for City here. Oh man. Sessegnon heads it down to Kevin. Now it's Iwobi. Now it's Berg. Bassi. Anderson. We're in the 97th minute of 98, but there will still be time added on after this. Kevin takes a loose touch, but he's able to reclaim it. Sander Berg. Kevin goes to run at Nunes again. Passes it round him. Now it's still Kevin. Passes it inside. Oh, and it's cleared off the line by Vardio. Shirky. Bernardo Silva. Hooked up and up the pitch. Only as far as Anderson. Diaz spoons it clear. And it's out for a throw into Fulham. Kevin plays it inside. Joshua King gets it round Donnarumma, but it's cleared off the line by Vardio. Now it's Anderson. Chukwueze. Someone just bring him down. Spassi, Iwobi. Sander Berg. Castagna. Anderson just hooks one long. Neither Stones or Nunes deal with it, and it's still Fulham. Sessegnon, Iwobi. Sander Berg. Out to Kevin. Cross is originally blocked by Nunes. And then Bernardo Silva. And then it's out for a corner. A corner. 98 minutes played already, and it's a corner to Fulham. Oh, bad. Come on, we need to deal with this one, boys. Someone needs to be watching the man on the edge of the box. Kevin whips it in. It's dealt with by Nunes, and then it's whacked clear by Shirky. And that's the full-time whistle! Ooh! We can breathe, ladies and gentlemen. We can breathe. We can breathe. Breaths can be taken. Breaths can be taken, ladies and gents. It is safe to breathe. It is safe to breathe. Manchester City beat Fulham 5-4. And, yeah, that was disgraceful. And how many times can you say a team played bad in a game they went 5-1 up in? But that was nuts. That was... I'm actually lost for words for what that was. I don't even know what to say about that. I know there were some hate watchers in there for that last 10 minutes. Vipes is in there. I know Joe's in there. I know Izzy's definitely in there. You're probably here as well, hate watching, but we saw it out. We saw it out. Oh, bad. Yeah, nah. Yeah, that was dark. That was... Nah, if we dropped points there, I would have cried, bro. I would have cried. Now, we actually play horrendous football. We're actually the worst team in this league, bro. No, we're the worst team in this league. No, we are the worst team in this division. Man. But that is all for today's stream. I will see you guys on Saturday for another watch along of Leeds versus Liverpool. Stream starting at 5 p.m. so make sure you're here for that. Go in the live tab now on my channel and set a notification for that one. And I am about to go and record my post-match thoughts of that absolute monstrosity that we've just won there. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the stream. Like the stream if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel. Disdain watch. Accusing me of a hate watch. This is more of a disdain. No, that was a hate watch. That was a hate. I know that was a hate watch. I just can't prove it. But yeah, I've been Nathan. I hope you've enjoyed the stream. And make sure to tune into my video. That's probably going to go up in like an hour or so. About the 5 things that we learned from this game. Because we learned a lot.